A massive Angophora. Wow. Sounds like a planes. That sounds like a plane's engine. Uh-oh, it's coming towards me. Wow. Just walk backwards. It's not a walk backwards. G'day, this is New Growth and Page, and I'm Matt. And this episode, we're actually at Bents Basin. Don't forget it. We're at Bents Basin, and so yeah, we're having a look at some species here, some plant species. We're also looking around and seeing what's here, and we'll get into like there's three rare plants that are here. There's an endangered eucalyptus, and there is a birdie species we're going to try to look at up in the sandstone area. I'm currently down in this creek bed. We're just having a look at the Camden Valley eucalyptus. So we'll be going into that, and I don't have my mic on at the moment, so if the audio is bad, don't come at me.
Get him, silly.
We'll get into the video and we'll have a look around this beautiful spot, and yeah, let's get into it. Oh, and also check out this Tagetes. This is a marigold related. It's massive. This is a weed, by the way. It looks like they have to deal with it here. There's a lot of it, but that is tall. That is way taller than me. So anyway, let's get in the video. Wow. So Bents Basin is actually, I hope you can hear me in my, remember the mic. Bents Basin actually was discovered in 1804 by Henry, I forget his last name, put his name up on the screen. He actually called it Dovetail when he first discovered it. But actually, this was a very important meeting place for Aboriginal communities. It was actually a meeting place to all their ideas, food, resources. So yeah, very important to the Aboriginal, local Aboriginals here. So yeah, it's really nice spot. It's actually been carved out of sandstone. So majority behind me from here on is sandstone. So the Blue Mountains consisting of sandstone, and then further back behind you guys is actually the Cumberland Plain. This was carved out from probably thousands of years of the sandstone being worn down by water coming from Warragamba Dam. That's usually where the most of the water comes from that valley up from the Blue Mountains. So that was eroding until it formed this lake. So this lake is actually a very important, nice swimming spot for people, but also education as well, schools and stuff like that. So it's a great spot to come and enjoy. So yeah, that's the. But we're gonna actually go up on this ridge line. We're looking for a very rare plant and Herbaceous species. So we'll go have a look at that. Hopefully we can go find a really nice specimen of the eucalyptus. So we'll have a look at that as well. So yeah. So this is Kaylee's lookout track. I'm going to go up here. I've already seen some typical species of species. You got Acamanus smithii, which is I think it's Acamanus smithii. It's as you guys know, a lily pilly family, Myrtaceae. It gets the berries on it, and they're edible. So there's a few. I've seen a few of them around here. They're quite common through here. They are dealing with a lot of weeds as well. As I said before, there was like the Tagetes species, so they're really tall ones over there. They're like as taller than me. So they've got the bush regime guys have got their work cut out. So I'm gonna start coming up here There's an African olive as well. It's everywhere. Where have I not filmed and there was an African olive? It's interesting. Serrated margin. You get a lot of semi-rainforest trees here. Like the Smithii is definitely a rainforest species. It's nice that they... Oh, the dreaded Latana. We don't like that. Pull it out. I'll just see if I can pull it out. No, can't pull it out. Always like to give a helping hand to that. And we got Pittosporum here. The orange Pittosporum. Gets the fruit on it. I took a photo just before of the fruit. The capsule's a three-part capsule that separates with the carpels, and it actually displays its little fruit, which are red, bright red, which I presume is actually birds actually spreading the fruits. Here we go. Here's a fern. I've seen this around before. Very fine fern. I'll put the name up on that. I'll find out what that is. I know a lot of plants, but I don't know every plant. You can see there are bits of clay soil around. So as I said, there is this sort of like meeting of the sandstone and the Camden plain, which is ideally alluvial soils, clay soils. Got Pilea, a sickle fern, I think it's called, down there. So we're really getting into rainforest territory. We've got a canopy of Smithii above us. You can see when they get older, they get these lichens growing on them. I like the lichens, and they get that silvery bark as well. So yeah. Now you guys need some flowers to keep you guys interested in this. But this is Eucalyptus dentax. It's the bird daisy, I think the common name is. And they've got actually those, after these inflorescence are done, member of the Asteraceae family. There are compound little florets in the middle there, like all Asteraceae, most of Asteraceae. They've actually got tiny individual flowers in the center, and it's got that mauve petals. But you can see the burr, that's what they call a burr. Now I think that is just so it can contact in fur and stuff like that. You can see the kind of like a little like a cat's head. Got the capsule and those two prongs that stick into your leg and your hair and stuff. So they're great. I just dispersed some of the seeds for it. Ooh, there we go. Yeah, nice little find there. Looks like it's quite common around here. And we got Grevillea Amelia, and I did a video on this recently, and it seems to be actually quite common up here. It grows on sandstone or sandy soils. I'll put a picture of the flower. If you want to check that video out, that's that just looks at the impact of the floods further down the Nepean River that I looked at, and that just goes into how some of these species can be completely wiped out with these disasters. It's getting thicker up here, the Smithii Acmena, it's getting thick. This is actually pretty cool. This is Hibanthes mollipetalus. So meaning mono means one,
So then, mono means one, and rail means rail.
Petalless means petal, so it's got only one flower. It's actually a member of the violet family, the Violeaceae family. It's in the genus of the spade flowers, which is like 150 species apparently. You can see in there, look at that. It's got one presenting penal with white, green, a bit of violet, and a bit of mauve as well. It's got some seed on it, and it's got this different than most violets, this habit where it has these opposite leaves and it grows upwards with this stem. It's got lateral leaves, very linear leaves. Usually violets have the kidney shaped leaves or the like that, so that's a pretty cool plant. There you go. There's the flower there. Pretty cute, growing on these sloped areas. And you can see there's Dunia aspera, quite a common species, the rasp fern. Very you can see the basin below as well. There it is. Hear the kids swimming and stuff. Yeah. And it's starting to get up in this sandstone region. There's a lot of sort of sandstone outcrops and little nooks and crannies, which I think, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if the Aboriginal people were camping up here. Whether or not they'd be camping on down there or up here where it's kind of out of the wind, it's a bit more sheltered. Is a massive Angophora. Wow, I can't even film, it's so big. You got some Angophoras up there, got some hollows up there that provide some shelter for birds and possums and stuff. Massive. God, this big boy. Look at that. Oh, that's nice. Got a plant here. I think it's part of the Asteraceae family. I think it's a daisy. It doesn't look like a daisy. It's got the panicle leaf flower. Panicle flower. It's got the glossiness. That glossiness. And underneath it's got that farina, that silvery farina, to help with sun and water loss. Produces that water loss through the leaf. And as you can see, look, got these little cliffs where probably rock wallabies like to hide out in. See, that was where I was before. So we're starting to get into real sandstone territory here. We're in it. We got a fern epiphyte up there on that rock. It's the rough climbing fern. Forget its name, but it's growing on the rocks. I bought some recently off a nursery up on the Blue Mountains. They somehow got it to grow in soil, which is pretty cool. Oh yeah, look. Amelia, Grevillea Amelia is growing in the side of the bank here. Looks like some people might have gone up here. Looks like a trail. Looks pretty rough. Maybe just rock wallabies. There's a branch down. Here we have Calendria. I think I'm pronouncing it right. Pickerii? Pickerii? Probably named after Mr. Pickering. But this is actually a succulent. And I forget what its genus is a part of. Could be its own kind of family, but it's actually, you can see the leaves quite narrow, but they're you see the water coming out of that. Look at that. They obviously hold succulents. You can see them here. They're growing into the moss, and they grow on these sandstone rocks. And yeah, they adapted to drying out, so they need that succulent leaf. And we've got Goodenia ovata, which is a common one on the sandstone. And we're getting higher, definitely getting higher. But yeah, that's a pretty cool little succulent. I did see it on iNaturalist before, so I knew it was around. There is a good book on native succulents. So yeah, it goes around all around Australia. Believe it or not, we do. We don't have cacti like the Americas, but here we go. Wow. 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 Here's a cave. Here's a little rock shelf. Looks pretty cool. God, there. Oh, more Grevillea Amelia. Wow. Wow.
I mean, there's a part of me that's like, wow.
Oh, sorry guys. Gotta climb up here. It's a rock shelf and a half. Here, I'll zoom out. Look at that. Wow, you could live up here, almost. Let's go climb up here. You can see there's a lot of people been up here. The Aboriginal people would have used this for sure. You know, that's what I hate. See that? Someone's been scribbling on the walls. It's like, oh, so disrespectful. This is definitely a spot where you can see the water from here. It's a good position. So it's a good position if you want to see maybe enemies coming, see if there's any kangaroos going down, because this is kind of what do you call it? A narrow neck of the river, so it would be easy to hunt. You could actually get the animals to like a choke neck and sort of chase these animals into that choke neck. Okay. Let's see if I can get up here. Like, I'm holding a book. Oh. See that sandstone? That sand. That's where it erodes to. Wow. And I suppose you could, with these little holes, you could put maybe your weapons or something like that. This is like a decent shelf. So I made it up to the ridge. And we're looking for actually the target plant. One of the target plants here is Lomandra valvatilis. And it's apparently, this is another Lomandra species. This is called they call it the fishbone Lomandra because of its fishbone-like leaves. I haven't really seen any Lomandra like this. Look at that. It's different from your Lomandra longifolia. That's your common, you get that in nurseries. Quite a common nursery plant, landscaping plant. But yeah, that's the fishbone Lomandra. And valvatilis is like basically a miniature version of longifolia, but it's like miniature, very thin leaves as well. so it's hard to spot. Sounds like a planes. That sounds like a plane's engine. I don't know what that was. Didn't sound good. There it is. Sounds like it's not happy. The engine's sort of cutting out. I hope the engine's not cutting out. That'll be the video. I've caught like an airplane having difficulties. I'll just be the person to be here at the right. There it is again. Sounds like the engine's cutting out. It's not good, peoples. Hopefully they land soon. I'm really enjoying it. It actually is quite calm up here. There's been a lot of people up here, a lot of groups, a lot of avid outdoors people, I would say. And it's kind of opened up here, sort of like a sort of I would say semi-thick forest. It's not too thick. They've had some fires through here not so long ago, so they have had some clearing out of the understory, which fire is very important in these ecosystems, especially in Australia and America, and where the indigenous people have actually lived with fire for so long that it's an important thing to not for them culturally, but just to regenerate the land, so it's not, species aren't thickening up. And what's this? Yeah, species aren't thickening up and taking over, becoming a mess. Yeah. I don't know what this is. Some sort of, I don't know what this is. It's quite a firm leaf. Very strong. Feels like it could be a lamandra. Could be just a sedge. I'll put it up on iNet. We've made it. We made it to the lookout. Go us. You made it with me. Oh wow. You can definitely see that. Wow. Very high. You can see a very long way. So you can see down south towards Camden. Camden's kind of down this way. You can see farmland just down there. And they have a camping spot down there as well. They've got campgrounds down here, so you can camp down here, which is nice. So you make a weekend of it, or a few days of it if you want. So you can go for a swim down there and hang out, have a barbie.
Beer's cold and there's plenty of shrimps on the barbie.
And wow, take a few photos. So yeah, nice. There we go. Made it. I did see that there was a Baronia up here. I think it's a Baronia. I don't think it's the target plant that we're looking for. That one's actually rare, the rare Baronia. What's this? It's got flowers on the end. Terminal flowers. It's got flowers on the end of the branch. Is it Asteraceae? It could be Asteraceae. Yeah, it could be Asteraceae actually. And we got acacia here. Take a look at this. It's got flowers ready to burst open. So there's more to go. We can have to. Oh, no way. Here we go, guys. Here's a little lizard. A little rock lizard. Just sunning himself. I think it's a dragon. Look at that guy. He's cute. He's got a bit of pattern work on his back too. Take a photo of that. This is actually most likely Herbertia bractea. Probably because it's the shape of the leaf. Because the leaf, I looked in the book, this leaf actually has a where's my finger? It's actually got a small little point on the end. See that little point on the end? And also I've noticed that I think I might have, there's the seed pods, but I think they do, yeah, I think this is bractea. Flowers from bracts apparently, some brown bracts. So yeah, there's different Herbertias that do their things. Oh, there's a snake. Wow. There's a snake. That looks like a whip snake. Uh-oh, it's coming towards me. Wow. Just walk backwards. I'm just gonna walk backwards. There we go. That's cool. That's where the lizard was. We were just filming there. That's where the lizard was. I must have been so quiet. And now all the animals are coming out. I'm just gonna go around him. On the way in, there was a snake. I think it was a red belly come across the road. He was waiting for a car to go. There's a lot of reptiles here. Yeah. He's up in there. I'm not going to bother him. I hope he didn't get that lizard. That would have been he might have been his lunch. And you can't be in the sandstone area without being looking, well, seeing some Banksias. This is Banksia integrifolia? Integrifolia? I'm pretty sure integrifolia. Very common in sandstone regions. Flowering at the moment, winter flower, which is great. Great for your garden if you want some colour in winter. It looks like we're following a trail here. Looks like they drive up here. They're buggies. That was cool. We saw a whip snake, little dragon. I think it was a dragon. Got a G-bung here. Very common species of G-bung. See an old fence here. Gotta be careful. Seeing 2 snakes already. In this location, it's a small population, and the leaf is quite different to most species. It's kind of like a little spoon, elongated spoon shape with a little line in the middle of it. Doesn't get too big, probably like just over a meter. There's a few plants over like that. And the only closest other location where this is found is like 300 k's south. So it's I think that's a subspecies of the species. So you're looking at a disjunct. So this might have been more widespread in the area. There's definitely been a disjunct population. This has been separated from the other population down south, or it could have been a full chain of other. Yeah, so considered rare. Yeah, there's some populations in Victoria, so it's quite actually dispersed. And the leaf, Hemanifolia. There we go. There we go. See how it's just like a little paddle. Hemanifolia means Hemania, leaved. Hemania is a genus of Cercoleaceae. So it's named after, the species is named after the another genus. So it's just, the botanist, whoever discovered it, must have been reminded of that genus. Oh man, after seeing that whip snake, I'm a bit nervous now. That was coming for us. Yeah, there's a few here. Oh, I think there's another lizard. There we go. You can see it's starting, I think it's starting to get some flowers on there. Some old flowers there. They actually flower from further down the stem, not on the... Let me put the lens on, we'll have a closer look. So this species got a brown rusted felt covering the stems, which is an indicator of what it is. You can see there, very browny, very hairy. You can see the leaf there. There we go, there's a leaf. Petal leaf. Take a piece of that. Take that home. Wow, look at that. So it's got lines in there, venation in there as well. It's really interesting. Wow, I'll put a picture on the flower. Typical 5-petaled flower of the Herbertia genus. And wow, I'm glad we found that. Interesting. See it, not opposite leaves, they're kind of walled, like they're twisted around the stem. So yeah, looking at these species, you can definitely see Herbertia seems to be very diverse in leaf arrangements and stuff like that. Oh, here's some gum. Here's some gum from the tree up top. Aboriginals actually use this for tool making, sealing up, making a glue out of it, sealing things up, or binding things. That's cool. Wow. Now once I've found that species, I'm finding it everywhere. We can see some babies down here of it. So this population's quite healthy. It seems like there's a few adult species and some juveniles as well. I'll go down towards the whip snake. So yeah. So right behind me is actually the eucalyptus. It's the Camden Gum. And actually it's critically endangered. It's only found in 2 or 3 locations. I think it's mainly 2 locations, here and a bit further down the Nepean River. So you can see there's a large standing over there of them. And I don't know if you can see further in. There's a massive skull in the river where it's eroded away. So there's a lot of problems facing with these trees. There's weeds, there's floods, but you can see the bark is actually quite flaky, and when it flakes off it leaves that white sort of shimmering bark on it, so it looks really nice. They're a nice tree. They can live till like 150, maybe 200 years old. There is a larger one, a few larger ones over here actually. You can see them in the distance. They're towering, a couple of 100 meters high, so they're a big tree. I was trying to get to this population, but it's just impossible right now. There's so many weeds and other things going on, and it'd be impossible to trek through there. It would take me a whole time, and I don't know what, I'll spend a lot of time doing that. But you can see over there, there's a dead one. So they are doing a lot of effort to replant these trees along the Nepean. So there are, I even seen around here, around the park, they have planted a few of them. And what actually the main population used to be up further, up in the Nepean, so up in where Warragamba Dam is, that's where they actually had a majority of the population. But because we built the Warragamba Dam, that is now underwater, so only the two areas that you will find this gum now. So no, it's good that they're replanting some of them along the river here. The council and the national parks have been trying to increase the population, and they seem to be steady at the moment. But yeah, no. See if we can get a close up. We'll walk over here and have a look at this nice, beautiful bark that they get. They're a beautiful tree. I'll zoom in. We're looking at this guy here. That guy right in the middle there. There's a few of them there. And they're really important. Eucalyptus trees are obviously important because they provide habitat in their hollows. When they get 100 years old, they create hollows. Every time they drop a branch, it rots out. And then some possums, galahs. There's a sugar glider, I think, that's endangered around here in Sydney that uses them. So they're just like a hotel of a tree. So really important tree. We don't want to lose them, so yeah. There we go. There's Eucalyptus benthamii, and you can see the typical flaky like bacon, strips of bacon like bark coming off. This is very distinctive for this species. And the juvenile leaves, well, look at these. The juvenile leaves are actually, they're egg-shaped, and they sort of clasp the stem. And yeah, that's the so a lot of eucalyptus species have different juvenile foliage, so that gives you kind of an idea as well, identifying eucalyptus on the young foliage as well. So they're kind of bluey, a bluey green, a glaucous blue, and you see there's a few here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and they get big. This is only sort of probably only about like maybe 40 years old tree. You can see some more in the background there. They're all tagged. They're actually tagged with numbers on them. So arbor-site, they do tree assessments. They basically do tree assessments and log these trees and put them in a data system, and they can keep a track of all these different species, especially things that are endangered or close to being rare or something like that. And you can see, again, you see the epicormic growth on this. They're kind of bluey. And they got that egg shape. So this tree looks like it maybe got stressed out, maybe got too dry, or maybe there's something attacking the root system and it stressed the plant out. You can see just a beautiful bark on them. I appreciate these trees. They are beautiful. So they're known to get 150 years old, and I reckon the stand that's over there in the sandbar, they're probably pushing, maybe they even say 300 to 400 years old. So it's hard to tell because, you know, we went around like 400 years ago. So and the Aboriginal people, so they can only tell you, you can only really know if you were there. So yeah, very old trees, very old. They can regenerate from fire like most eucalyptus trees can. They have, some of them have a lignotuber, which is like a storage tuber, and allows it to survive fires, so it can reshoot. It won't look like exactly like it was with like these guys. These guys got a straight trunk, but sorry, pommies. Pommies. No. Watch out for those pommies. So the lignotuber, the ones that grow from fire will have multiple stems instead of having one trunk, but the tree will live on. So even if they are, even if they've been pushed over or burnt, these trees will survive longer and continue on growing in the future. So yeah, that's Eucalyptus benthamii, the Camden Valley blue gum. I pronounced it wrong before, the common name, but you know, you can't have a go at me for saying the wrong common name. There's a lot of common names out there. So, yeah. So anyway, that's the video. I hope you enjoyed it. It's a nice day. It was a nice day, nice clear day, and it's not that hot. It's always a plus. Yeah, Bents Basin is a great place to come. You know, come camp down here. Just spend the day just looking around. Have a walk up the lookout. Enjoy yourself. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, it's just great that they're keeping an eye on these populations of the benthamii, and it'd be good to see this tree come back and much stronger than before. So yeah, I hope you liked it. We saw a lot of stuff today, a lot of plants, and yeah, all right, I'm gonna go now. Nice calm spot. So anyway, like, subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Comment down below. I'm happy to engage with people and see what's how people like nature and all the similar things that we might share. So yeah. So anyway, let's make sure we protect these species, and you know, you don't want them